Play 2 minutes
I
early.
think it'll be 2 hours.
Yeah, I only got like an hour and hour and a half max.
Yeah, I think like 1 hour 15, hour and a half or something. We'll do guess. I mean, it's not like
There's
we're
not a
running with
lot.
content. You know what I mean? What's good, everyone? Welcome to the chat. Welcome, Charlie. Damn, your sister's birthday meal. Happy birthday to your sister. Where were we eating? Okay, you're off now. Respect. Respect. You've seen the what's his name? Connor Moore videos. I don't know if you've seen the. Do you know the guy who does the Formula One impressions, Austin? I don't know if you've seen that guy.
No. Oh yeah, I have actually.
Yeah,
You're talking
yeah.
about like where it's like a regular video and they make it with like the voice to like be like.
It's
an
just
F1.
him. Like it's just like if you just search like Connor Moore impressions or something, you'll find him, and he just impersonates. It's not just the F1 drivers; it's also like football players, and he does like a really good Jose Mourinho impression. So
Fuck it up.
that was. I mean, he does a good impression of everyone, but it's the F1 ones are actually particularly good. Indian good stuff.
Does he do a good stroll?
I
Stop
haven't seen him
talking to
do.
me.
I haven't seen him do Stroll because like Stroll is too forgettable, unfortunately.
He's just
But,
such a dick to who's his fucking
I don't know
engineer?
who his engineer is. I don't know like the name
You've
of the
like
guy,
you've seen
but-
those clips, right?
I don't know. Yeah, he just talks so much trash, man. It's like you just know that this
Such
guy
an
is a
ass.
golden. Yeah, he's actually better than I think people give him credit for. In fairness, like he's actually not a terrible driver, but you know, he's not my favorite driver on the grid, shall we say, Lance Stroll. But it's okay. Oh, here we go. Wait, what is
Stop talking to me, Brad.
yeah. I mean, there's some great moments. Even recently, some great moments from when they, the microphone during the race.
You remember when they were telling him to like, what's like the pit button or like what's the thing that like talk? He's like, I'm hitting the button, Brad. What am I doing wrong, Brad?
Just quality, sure. Okay, cool. Yeah, here we go.
Right now.
Oh yeah, Champions League's on. Crim's actually looking good. Like I've been watching a little bit of Crim's stream and stuff. Like the man's looking healthy.
Bro, he looked good yesterday. I saw a clip. I think it might have been
he
his
had
haircut,
the
bro.
he had
He
the
looked
trim.
real good.
Like he
Look handsome as
also
fuck.
yeah, but he's also like I don't know. He looks a bit slimmer. So
Has he been
don't
hitting
know.
the gym?
I think he's been hitting the gym. Shout out Crim for real. And he's also getting his I think he's getting his like lip sorted or something. He tweeted out. So Crim's gonna be looking like $1 million. I actually think like if he does retire, he's gonna it's gonna be way better for him. Because like I think he'll be looking different because I'm sure the stress takes a toll on him, especially last year. But yeah. All right, let's turn that off. Let's bring this up. Beautiful. It's good. Fraz, welcome. YouTube people, Twitch people. We back. Sorry, there's no Vanguard on the screen today. What is this? You're just getting ready for Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah, I'm starting to get hyped for it, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I tried not to. I tried to not look at any leaks or anything, but I saw like a little picture of like the skins you can get on the beta, and I was like, yo, I'm in. You got me.
Oh no.
You got me.
That's all it took. Yeah, I remember like it's funny, I think it was the first COD I was ever hyped for was Ghosts. I got Black Ops 2, but I didn't even get it on release. My mum got it for me for Christmas. And I didn't even have
noob.
Yeah, I was for sure Christmas noob. I wasn't really like I don't know why I wasn't really expecting much in Black Ops 2. I think I was kind of excited to get it, but I remember legitimately Christmas Day or maybe Boxing Day or whenever the first day I played Black Ops 2 was, I legit didn't even play it. I kept playing Black Ops 1 because I wanted to get to Prestige 1. So literally I had Black Ops 2 and I was still playing Black Ops 1 and I was like, nah, I'm not leaving Black Ops 1. It's too good. And then eventually I made the switch. But yeah, Black Ops 1, next level. Need to remaster that. 100%. But yeah, Modern Warfare 2 is going to be the greatest COD of all time. Joe Seacott's working on it. We can actually talk about a map today. We've got a map leaked. I was getting farmed by Mad Cat in pubs. Yeah.
There's a photo on the Reddit of a bird's eye view of it. I don't know if we can show it on stream.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I get straight. Let me have a look at it because I usually try and be careful about stuff like this on my YouTube videos as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, leakers have found an image of the map. Yeah, it might not be worth showing. I don't think it really shows much, to be honest. Yeah, there are 3 pixels. That's a good point. There are 3 pixels. So, I don't know. Reddit.com/r/competitive. You can find the image.
I'll put it in the chat, Austin, if you want to see it.
Yeah, all good. Agrees. Yeah, Black Ops 1 underrated. On God.
I love Black Ops 1.
Yeah, it's a shame. I went back to it a few years ago, and even a few years ago, it was just riddled with hackers. Like, I was just spawned in, and there was a guy with a gold MP5K just running around underneath Summit, just killing me, and I'm like, it's kind of sad. I just wanted to run around on Summit with a FAMAS or the Commando. Man, the Commando. I forgot how much fun the Commando was in Black Ops 1.
Silence Commando was the perfect sounding gun.
Bro, that's might be top 3 my favorite weapons of all time.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
The FAMAS.
She forgot about that.
FAMAS,
I don't know. I never really liked the mainstream guns so much. I never liked the K-bar in Infinite Warfare. I would always use either the ERAD or the MV4. That was my bio. It was my whole identity. Like, my bio during Infinite Warfare was 17, because I was 17 at the time, and then a line, and then it said, I don't use the K-bar or something, because I used to just play, GVs and stuff, but my whole identity as a COD player was not using the K-bar, so I was going rogue. You know me.
My favorite is probably the VMP M8 from BO3.
Oh, bad one.
Probably the Maddox, honestly. I'm a new schooler, so I don't play the older game.
Maddox is good fun. Kuda is my favorite sub from Black Ops 3.
It's like the minute now.
Well, yeah. Kuda was my favorite gun for minute 1 of the beta, and I would just swear by it. And then everyone was like, no, it's not actually that good. And then the VMP and the Vespa did kind of take over, so I had to use them. But when Kuda actually became meta again, now that's when I went God mode, because I was practiced with that gun. So that might be up there. All right, all good. I think we crack on. What are we 82, Emma? Awesome. Welcome, Carly. Man of War cheese. Man of War was great, and then they didn't change anything, but they nerfed the reload speed, and it just became a bit too clunky for me. So I like the HVK better. HVK on evac hardpoint is the go-to gun nowadays.
I like the Shiva as well. That shit was fun.
Yeah, Shiva on Fringe. People used to be so mad at me, man. I would just go top barn with the Shiva, first hill on Fringe, and I'd have long barrel on it as well, just to take the absolute piss, and they would not be having a good time. We'd be queuing up. We'd get a team of 4. We'd hit up the PlayStation communities to try and get a scrim, and people would be quitting scrims within 3 hills. They'd be down for. So
they'd probably G8 in this day and age.
Yeah, the Shiva would 100% be G8. 100%. How rapid fire battle war. Yeah, that was just pain. When you go into the arena game mode and someone just insta protects high cal, and you're like, bro. Yeah. Oh no. Here we go. Okay, all good. Let's crack on. Episode 82. I'll do a 3, 2, 1 countdown. And it's beginning right about now. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, tacticalrab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome to episode 82 of the Breaking Point podcast. We're back again, and quite a lot's happened in the last 24 hours. Vegas Legion's been confirmed, but also lots of talk about Modern Warfare 2, the movement, what things are going to look like. Also, a map layout got leaked today, which there's going to be some big talking points about that. But yeah, plenty to dive into today, joined by 2 handsome fellas. Austin's here. Crone's here as well. Early morning for him. How are we doing, Austin?
Doing good. Just chilling. Now off season's kind of in the middle of it, so just been chilling, kind of finding new games to play. But other than that, just hanging out. Been doing old ghost stats, but nothing much. What about you, Crone?
Oh man, I'm just waiting for the beta, bro. This week has been Same as last week. Just nothing happening. And nothing like really to tweet about that I think is good enough. Waiting for the beta, man. And I think COD Next is on Friday. Oh, Friday for me. I think Thursday for you guys.
Yeah, I think Thursday, but that's like PlayStation, and I don't even know where my PlayStation is. So
Jesus.
I don't know if I'm
Nah,
going to be
dust it
setting that
off.
up. I think I can't. I'm just going to wait for the PC one, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, I mean, betas are always like they sound fun, and then you get like 3 hours in, it's like, it's kind of boring now.
yeah, I
You're
mean,
gonna get bored of it real
they
quick.
give you like
I
4
do,
maps, but
yeah,
you know,
and like 2 guns and like 10
yeah,
levels.
yeah, exactly.
I'm
But
just
it used to
hoping
be
they give the
hype.
good
Like,
ones.
agreed. Yeah,
Usually they
Austin
hold them all
reckons some of
back.
the maps are pretty good. Usually they give some good maps. Like I was trying to think through like beta maps in COD history, and usually there's at least like 2 of them that end up in the rotation or something. Like they usually try and give good ones so people think think the game's good. But I don't know, maybe that's the logic. Because if you think Black Ops 3, I mean all the Black Ops 3 maps were quality, but you know, they had like Hunted, they had Stronghold was
remember
added.
those.
I forget the other beta
Evac was on
maps.
there too, I'm pretty
Ed
sure.
Combine was a beta map which was played right at the start of the game, but then obviously wasn't viable. Good times, you know. It's not the same anymore. Let's talk Vegas Legion, baby. The new greatest team in the CDL has been confirmed. Paris are now Vegas Legion, and it was like just so quintessentially Paris the way this happened. Like, in fairness to them, they made an announcement video, which is about 30 seconds long, which is probably the most effort they put into any social media stuff in the last 12 months. And yeah, they're Vegas now. Like, what was your thoughts on this, Crane? Because my first thought was they're moving to Vegas. I thought they would do something. Like, I didn't expect them necessarily to change their name, even though there were so many better options with the Vegas connotations. But like,
Yeah.
I thought their logo was like the logo is literally like the fleur de lis or whatever. It's a French symbol. We can't just be keeping that around. Like, what is that? You know what I
I
mean?
don't know. I saw there was an esports page. I didn't retweet it because I wasn't sure how true it was, but they said that they tried to change it, but they ran out of time, which I think is bullshit because the new name had been registered for like 4 months or something, or like since February or so. I don't know what it was. I can't remember what the time
March
was.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know, man. I think they're just lazy. I do hope they do change it though, because I like the Vegas Star. I don't know what the Vegas Star is, but it looks cool. Like it's in there and their header on Twitter.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's really cool.
You-
I like it. Would have been so cool if they did that, but
Yeah.
they did not. So this is what we're kind of stuck with.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, it's a 2-step process, and they do this announcement, and then soon enough they say, "And here's the rebrand." But like, they didn't even change the colors or anything. Like, it's
Yeah,
just
like
the
what are the
same.
Vegas colors? Like black and silver would be good. I don't know if that's the
Yeah.
Vegas colors.
Red,
Black
like,
and gold is what the new hockey
Black
team
and
is.
gold.
The Vegas Golden Knights. They're like black and gold with like I think there's a little bit of red, but it's like
Yeah.
mostly
I mean,
gold.
I don't know if you can pick black and gold though, because it's Empire. I feel like
You want some black and red vibes in there somewhere, maybe
yeah,
like
black
another
and red,
color, but
black and silver. I think black and silver is good too.
yeah, something like that. I mean, black and red, I guess, is already taken by a couple of places, so you can't really do that. But
I would have liked the gold honestly, like because like the Vegas like Golden Knights one looks really good.
Yeah,
I like it. If you look up that's a new hockey team that they just made 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
yeah.
That one's my favorite, and I think the gold is because a lot of the hotels are like have like a lot of like gold accents and stuff. So,
yeah, okay, that makes sense.
they can kind of get away with it, like the same logo, because there is an Eiffel Tower in the strip, like right on the strip too. It's like it's the sister Eiffel Tower that France like gifted the U.S. So
Okay.
that's why they're
Isn't
able to get away with it.
isn't the New Orleans Saints black and gold too, and they have like the same type of logo? Or am I tripping?
Off the
I'm
top of my
tripping?
head, I can't remember what the logo looks like, but that's because there's like New Orleans is like super French. It's all French.
Yeah.
Like that's why they're able to get away with it. This is
Yeah.
not at all like Vegas is not at all French. So like it doesn't really make sense. If they did New Orleans, they could have easily gotten away with this. But yeah, actually, so the Saints do have it. It's a gold logo just like it. I thought I could see it in my head, but yeah. So it's a little bit weird. I'm hoping like next year or like some point this season they switch it over, because the
Or they
Vegas
sell it
it,
even better.
well, they have a lot of money, so if they start actually investing in it, I'm fine with that too.
They have a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean the owners
The owner
are
does.
they're loaded, so
The
you know
owner's dead.
yeah, the owner's dad. His son's the one that runs it.
Oh yeah, I remember this story.
He
Yeah.
owns a football team. I don't know which one though.
And in France, they own damn, I can't remember their names. It's some
Yeah, I can't
historic
remember
like
them.
football club that they own.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
You could probably
Yeah.
find out relatively easily, but that's pretty cool. Okay, well, look, maybe it's a bit of a new start. With any luck, things are a bit better.
Oh,
this
Marseille,
season.
I think they own this
Oh,
one.
Marseille? Interesting. They were playing
Marseille.
today, I think, in the
Yeah, I'm not even
Champions
gonna
League.
try to say that you just put in the chat.
I'm pretty sure it's that one.
Rab could do it. Rab can say that.
Oh, it's
I
Olympique de
can't say
Marseille.
that at all, bro. That's why I pasted it.
I mean, yeah, all good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but yeah, people
Because
in the
it's the
chat are loving that one.
Betancourts. I'm pretty sure because like that's why they have like a French influence, because originally the Betancourts actually owned the LA Dodgers, which is obviously the really good baseball team in California. And then they kind of expanded off of that because like a lot of team owners nowadays want to expand into different sports. So that's why they ended up getting this or this football club, and then that's why they got France or like Paris for the CDL. But they're actually like US based, so it made more sense to be in the US.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, what roster do we think Vegas are popping up with this year? I mean, because there were some rumors that we discussed last week that it could have been Capstone, but apparently he's not going to challenges. So, but I'm also thinking like, because they like to leave things last minute, even though Capstone is technically in challenges, it doesn't necessarily mean that Vegas won't reach out to him, because I don't know, I feel like he could actually be quite a decent fit there. There was also like, I know that gogrx doesn't even fit this team, but gogrx tweeted that he's got a team or something sorted, and like he's a player that I'd be interested to see how he would fare back in the league somewhere at some point, because like if Brack is getting a spot back, and I don't think Brack shouldn't be getting a spot, but I'm like, if Brack is getting a chance, then like, you know, a player like gogrx could also deserve a chance. Like he was very good for a stretch on Minnesota Rocker. Things went badly, got dropped, never got a spot back. How it is with 12 teams. So I mean, Paris have got plenty of Vegas got plenty of options. I'm gonna have to get used to saying Vegas. It's not gonna be easy.
Nah, neither. It's gonna be tough. End of an era, boys. Jesus, end of an era. What
It
a
is, yeah.
what a run they had.
Yeah, the
run.
Paris meme.
wins-
The thing
two
is,
wins
this is
in the
annoying
final.
to me. Like the Paris memes are so funny, but like we don't get to draw a line under it. I wish we could. I wish we could like say Paris was this, and now it's like the Vegas, you know, aces or Vegas jacks or Vegas kings or whatever.
Yeah, they're
They
well,
could
Vegas Kings.
just
This probably
make
taking
it.
that, to be honest.
Yeah, they probably can't do that, but like there's so many options, you know, gambit, like you could do some poker related things, or like spades, you know, like go through all the suits. Like it's gotta be something they can have. But they decided, no, we're still the Legion, baby. Like, what team would you build, Austin?
It depends on how much money they would spend on buyouts. Personally,
Zero.
I'm trying to be like somewhat positive. Say they would spend like 50K, maybe buy out like a player, but it's
Okay.
actually kind of hard. Like, obviously the two names that I keep seeing around, I think you reported this, Crone, is TJ and Temp as like a team of two, and then they're like trying to like fill it out.
Like Clay or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see Clay and Temp being an AR duo with TJ, but you would probably need someone that can slay. It just depends. I think you could take a risk with like one of the Paris SMGs from last year if you wanted to, hold over one of those guys. Take another risk on them. I don't think they'll do that though. You could also, I don't think they would ever do this, but you could buy out ASIM.
That's what I was thinking too, but I don't think it'll happen.
I don't even know if that would be a move that ASIM would want to do. I think maybe he would want to wait until, I don't know. You could do gunless on an SMG because he is able to run an SMG, but the same thing goes. Actually, no, he's a free agent, so I guess that could work.
That's actually like, I don't know if I like it necessarily, but like, I mean, maybe. Like
I mean, is
Dom can
there a
also
right
fight.
answer for this team though? I feel like there's not like a right answer. You know?
You got to take a risk somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's not great options where you're going to build a team right away that's going to be able to compete, but you want a team that can have some at least some wins. Like what Boston did last season should be what they are aiming for this season. So I don't hate like Clay. I feel like can be a very serviceable main AR. You got Donnie that can be the Slayer. TJ, which would bring you good S&D play. So you probably just need one person to either fill the gaps of being like that like fundamental player, which is what I think like Asim would be, or you could do something where you want like a younger player to take a risk on. That's where I think you could do Johnny or Jimbo again, or maybe. There's a couple other like good challengers players that still could be like
Venom.
you could take a
Venom
risk on.
Exceed.
Yeah. So
Yeah, these
there's
are
lots of
some good
options for them.
names.
I don't think they're gonna rush it though because they're probably gonna be the last team, which is fine. Like if you're gonna commit to being the last team, take your time. You don't have to pick up a player until for another couple like
don't think we have
weeks.
to worry about that. But yeah.
So like
They
yeah.
actually looked at Saints as well. I don't know if you guys remember when Saints
Oh
tweeted
yeah,
that.
Sims tweeted
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
It was with Paris.
No. There's options. I just don't think they should rush it. Just take your time because they're going to be able to at least build out something. Ideally, I would like them to be very aggressive in picking up their substitutes. I don't think they will, but I would ideally hope that they try to target at least one SMG and one AR to be substitutes. So then, if something doesn't work, they have people waiting. You know what I mean? So.
I'd like to see them maybe move Theory to like a GM or like another role and then bring in another coach. I don't know. I feel like they need more than player changes on this team. I'm not saying Theory's a bad coach, but
Yeah, it's tough to say with Theory because like you never really get to know what he's up to because the team's top 12. So it's like, is he good? Is he not good? Who knows? But like I kind of agree that they don't really seem to have the staffing, or they probably need just a new voice in these conversations and how they build rosters. But
can we get Parasite as a system or something? Like
yeah, let's get I mean Parasite. That was the thing, wasn't it? Like last year or something. But obviously it's Vegas now, so it doesn't work quite so well.
I mean, they did try to have a decent coaching staff this year. They had an analyst. They had an assistant coach. I mean, granted, they weren't paying him, but they had an assistant coach. And actually, I rate. I don't really know much about Theory like that. I don't know too much about. I do rate their analyst. He's good. And I think Apox is a good assistant coach. So they had some decent pieces last year. I don't think they're going to be keeping most of those pieces, but yeah, they had some good pieces last year. If they can do that again.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think it's pretty competitive to make champs this year. Like, I know that Vegas probably won't make it anyway, regardless of what they do, but like, I think it's pretty competitive because to me, you've got a kind of clear cut like top 5. And then outside of that, there's like some other teams that could be a bit of a mixed bag, like New York, LAG, I think. I think Toronto will be good enough to make it. And then like you've got Florida, London, like Boston. Like none of those teams really impress me that much on paper. So I actually think that there's a chance here. Like as long as Vegas is semi-competitive, I'll take it. If they get more than 2 wins as a start, they need to get more than 8 wins to do, better than they did in Cold War. But I mean, let's talk Toronto, right? Because they confirmed their team a few days ago. Scrappy, Insight, Standy, and Kleenex. I like the way they've taken this team. Scrappy obviously is undeniable. As I see it, he's kind of like the fruit of their labor with their academy program. So they had to put him in. And I'm excited for him to be in the league because he is ready for the smoke at all times. Doesn't matter who it is or what the chal is. Scrappy's going to take it. And I think we're going to get some exciting moments with him in the league this season. To me, like Standy is the big question mark because they wanted Afro, I think. They didn't get Afro. Minnesota paid him more. I guess, Hicks was always the option, but Standy, an unrestricted free agent, bring him in. Hope you get Cold War Standy. If they get Cold War Standy, this team can actually be nasty. But if they don't get Cold War Standy, and then, like, there is really just no slaying power in this SMG line. Like claynex I really rate, but if this team wants to be a super top contender, they probably need an SMG that can slay pretty hard in that second role. Standy, I think, can be that guy, but I'm not sure. It's an interesting team. I think like if this team really clicks, they can be a top 3 team, I think. But if not, probably like top 8. I think they've got quite a high variance in where they can be. Thoughts, Austin?
I think this is a downgrade. Like I rate Scrappy. It's just he's had a good last year. It's just like Cammy was obviously one of the star players. I think Scrappy can fill that role. I think what you're losing in Vance is like really big. I think that gap is massive. Like he left. I don't think Standy fills that at all. Like they're just two different players. So I think they're gonna be missing a lot of like what made them a top team in the past. I personally see this team like in the top 6. I don't see them getting anywhere close to the height unless Scrappy turns into one of the top 3 players in the entire CDL, and if Insight maintains his form and claynex picks up his form, because he had an off year last year. If he can be more like Cold War claynex, that relieves pressure, but there's still going to have to be someone that's doing the dirty work. I don't think that's Standy, so like I think they're gonna, like someone's gonna have to sacrifice in their own game, and yeah, that's what I think. Like it's just the leadership, the experience, the selflessness of what Vance brought to that team. That's just gone. So like somebody's gonna have to do that. Somebody's gonna have to step up to the plate in that role. That's why I think overall it's a downgrade initially. But if somebody picks up that role, which is why I thought hecz actually fit in pretty well, because he's also the IGL of their academy team. Played with Scrappy, was a major part of that. So like I thought that would have been a good fit. Granted, he might not have the slaying power that Vance had, even though Vance wasn't the top tier slayer. He still had moments. I didn't think hecz was at that level, but maybe he could develop into that level. But like that's why this one's just a little bit more of like a not a perfect fit, but maybe it could be depending on like which player shifts.
Yeah, I'm iffy on this too. I think it's a downgrade. I agree. I mean they're pretty much hoping that 3 out of 4 of them on Cold War form. And Scrappy is kind of like, he was nasty this year, obviously, but we haven't seen him be great at two Call of Duties in a row. So it's kind of like, they're banking on a lot of hope here, and I hope it works out, because I like the org, and I like Scrappy a lot. But like Rab said, I think he will have to really go off and really prove himself as. I mean, he's already the front runner for Rookie of the Year, right? Like, how many other rookies do we have?
Not many.
Good question, actually.
There's Beans, but he's on the bench.
I mean, who's actually starting as a rookie? Let me just think through.
Wait, there's at least one more.
None of the top teams.
Vickle. I think Vickle can compete with him on the Rookie of the Year. I think that's not as open and shut. Trying to think what else.
And depending on London get Wardy, which I have no idea if they are.
Please, London, listen.
I mean, we could only have like. You go.
Wardy could also easily compete for that too. There's a lot of good, decent guys that could compete for that Rookie of the Year. It's not. I don't think it's as open and shut.
So we've only got 2 that are definitely starting so far. Yeah, 2.
Yeah, there's really not many, because obviously a lot of the teams are locked in. There will be more, like they get a chance though.
A lot of the top challenges were picked up like throughout the year, so kind of tough. Like this rookie class was kind of tough because they all got picked up throughout the year.
Agreed.
I mean, 2 is not much. Well, we had 6 last year starting, and I think it went up to it went up to higher than that.
Yeah,
at the start of the year, I think.
Yeah, it did. I mean, we had I remember when we were doing the rankings screen, there was like 7 at one point, because like Dave Paddy came in, and like there was the London guys, Gizmo, Nasty, and then there was like obviously Sib and Pred, and then Capsador, Nero. It was them 6 plus Dave. There were the 7 at the start of the year.
We had like another 6 throughout the year as well.
Yeah, we had quite a lot of new ones. Yeah, because of course like Paris changed and everything. Like there's quite a lot that got given a go. So maybe this season will be less. But what do you think about like the potential chemistry thing of this roster? Because this is like the weird thing to me is that people were saying it in the chat, and also hi Charlie, who said it a second ago. Charlie Jones, welcome to the chat. But people were mentioning like what happens to the comms, because we know the comms on this team, it was always super quiet and like they just sound like they're just playing a chill ranked play match or whatever. But with Scrappy in there, it's not going to be like that. You know, the comms are going to be different, I'm sure, with Scrappy in the lobby. So I think that's something they're going to have to manage. I think it's going to challenge kind of Insight's IGL ability to a certain degree, because, you know, you've made the point before, Austin, right, about the EU NA teams. And I think what Minnesota have done is a less risky version because it's 3 European guys plus attach who's pretty chill. Like, I don't think that's going to cause any issues. Whereas this is like, I think there can certainly be a bit of a culture clash here in terms of how they want to communicate, how they want to do X, Y, Z. You know, something that a coach could mediate to a certain degree, but we don't know if Marky B is going to be there because he said that he's exploring offers. He might stay. I think they probably want him to stay, but whether he gets a better option or whether he wants to move on from coaching, I don't know. So these one of the questions that, like, this is why I think, as I've said, the range to me, I think is pretty big on where this team can be. But I'm kind of with you guys that I think it's probably more likely to be on the lower end of the spectrum because I think there's some concerns here.
I think they could be like a team that's really high in slaying though. Because like just because I don't think Sandy fits into what they needed, I still think he can be a slayer. Like if this team can probably be one of those teams that's like they could be like a Florida, not like the super high lows of Florida, but like a team that like really inconsistent, but like has highs, has lows, and it's like one day they're beating one of the best teams, one day they're losing to one of the worst, and then like kind of like that, where it can be like that. I can see more of that. Again, it's just like can Insight develop into that IGL? How much is he going to sacrifice of his own game? Is there going to be another player that sacrifices more? I'm really not too worried about Scrappy. I think he's going to come in with a shit ton of confidence, and like that's going to help him a lot. Will Kleenex like continue off his Cold War form? Is he going to be a little bit like last year? Obviously, there's just so many questions that you're not going to know until you see how they click as a unit too. So I'm just hoping Insight's personal form doesn't go down by him trying to do too much as well. So it's going to be tough.
I think a lot of it rides on who the coaches are. And I had originally heard that Mayhem was going to be head coach. He coached the who did he coach?
Academy.
The North American. Yeah, he also coached
Texas
Havoc
Nation.
in them. Yeah, Texas Nation. So I mean, I guess it really depends on who the coach is going to be.
Yeah, Mayhem
Really.
was he not part of this roster in Modern Warfare? Like, was he not on there? Like,
He was.
10-man
He
roster?
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't think he played though, right? He was like
I
remember he was like the 10th player because I was waiting to figure out who the team players were, and he was like the 10th one I heard. He was like the last one they signed or chose.
Pretty interesting if it comes full circle, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's probably it on the Toronto stuff, but
yeah,
it's going to be weird. I mean, like, I was just thinking as we were saying it because I was listening to the LAG thing they had going on, and Apathy was, you know, he was trying to say a lot of teams are pretty good, and I think a lot of teams can be pretty good, but I think a lot of people see Toronto and they think, damn, yeah, pretty nice team, could be top 4, could be top 6, but I look down the rosters and I'm like, well, damn, there can only be so many teams that are top 4. Like, you got FaZe, you've got Optic, you've got Seattle, you've got LA Thieves. Like, you know, it's tough to put any of those outside your top 4, really. You know, one of them probably will be outside the top 4 as it turns out, just because it's unlikely that those precise 4 will be the top 4 teams. But, I mean, it's going to be interesting because you've got Minnesota that I think massively upgraded. Then you've got Toronto, then LAG that also could be in that boat. So, yeah, I think it's really difficult to say. Like, if to determine the top 4 teams, like, it's just tough. Like, you look at Toronto and it's, well, kind of good, but I can't see them being top 4 at least on paper at the start of the season, which makes it precarious. If you're a standee, for example, and you don't perform so well, then it's like, well, all right, let's get another SMG in and see if that works, you know? Because he's the player that could, well, you'd imagine that he's the player that is on the chopping block the most, Standy here.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they obviously
definitely.
they have Hixie there, so any backfire or anything where they think they need to bring in another person, that's where I think Hixie will probably come in first.
I wonder if they would let Hexy go to London if he wanted to, if they wanted him. I guess his buyout would probably be pretty big, and I know London's a little bit on the cheap side.
I mean, what a London player now, to be honest with you. Like, I actually kind of forgot they existed, to be honest, for a second there. Like, I only remember they existed because they tweeted about being the only team left in Europe, which is kind of sad, really. Like, I just remember, okay, that was the other part of Paris moving to Vegas. Like, the reality is it doesn't matter, right? Like, nobody really cares about the regions and stuff, but just the fact that this was all approved and it was all good, like, makes me kind of sad as a like European COD fan that 10-2 seemed pretty harsh to begin with, and now it's basically 11-1. And it's not like expansion is coming imminently, let's say. So, and when it does arrive, it's like, well, what are we going to get a Madrid spot? Like, is there ever going to be a Paris team ever again in CDL history? Like, because, the French scene hated Paris, understandably, because they never gave any of their players a chance. So it's not exactly a loss, but I just think it's kind of like, it's just indicative in a way of the way that the CDL has gone. That you look back to the CWL days, the World League, and then they just dropped that. It's no longer the World League, which maybe is fine, but like,
if anything, I think you have more European players in the league right now than you had since CWL. No,
yeah, I think
like
I
it's
agree.
weird. It's weird. It's like
spread out.
you lost the team, but you actually gained more European players because you got to think. I don't even know what's confirmed, what isn't anymore. But like, you have Minnesota, who's like 3-1. Wasn't there rumors that like Florida was going to be 3-1, or is that like 2-2? Like North American
That's
and
probably not
European.
the case anymore, but
It's
like
just
Vic
Oh,
it'll be
the other way around
3-1
then.
maybe with just Vic.
But then you also have
Hunter, obviously.
London, you have Toronto, you have Hydra that's in New York. So like you actually have a shit ton of European
Like
players.
Predator's kind of in a
Yeah.
similar boat.
No,
Like
no, he's
non-NA.
come on, no, he's not Europe. Come on now.
Yeah,
Come
you
on
don't
now.
know,
He's
but
epic.
like,
He's
you
epic.
know what I mean. Yeah, he belongs to you guys, obviously, but
But he's got like the 3-1 where he's
I do
by
agree. In
himself.
terms of like outside of NA players, there's more than there ever has been, which is good to see. Like the teams are taking note, but it's like you make a good point, but also it's like, well, hang on a second. If you have scored this talent, like where the team, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where the teams, but maybe in the future, because it's not like Paris is doing anything anyway. So I'm not exactly mourning their loss. Hopefully, it makes way for another European team in the future. Okay, cool. Quick word on World Series of Warzone. Do you guys watch any of this? Scump failed to defend his
I
title.
I watched a little bit of it.
I mean, he was never going to defend the title. Come on, like, there's no way he's going to win that.
The solo YOLO is just, I don't know, man, it's hard to watch. Like, it's entertaining. I get it. It's like the wrestling of Call of Duty, but man, some of it's corny, bro. Like there was one point where there was like 6 cars just driving around each other, and then it's like riot shields and shit. And I'm like, man, this is. It was fun at the end, though.
They have GAs and stuff, but in this tourney there were no GAs.
Oh.
Yeah, like people were telling me that like some of the stuff is GA'd when they play normal customs, but in this, because it was CDL stuff and everything's allowed and there's like 600k on the line, like they were just, the GAs weren't being followed. So they were using whatever, the riot shields are out, all this stuff. I don't think usually they're not using them. But
I was following it because I was really hoping that a CDL player or one of our players will win, and I was following like who was dying, and then at the end it was just like Raided and Blast, and then Raided died from like it was inside, and he died from a streak, and then Blast like got ran over, and I was like, oh no, so I'm turning the shit off. We didn't win.
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I claimed the CDL won the European one. I claimed that. Even though it was kind of iffy because the Blade guy, I said the Blade guy played challenges, but he played like 5 events last year. That was it. Out of like 30.
Counts, bro.
But I still claim that. I'll claim it.
Okay. Yeah, not my cup of tea though. It's like they're fine. Like they're like fun to watch, but for what they are trying to do with it, it just doesn't line up with me. Like they're trying to make it like merge like CDL and Warzone, I don't know. It's like it's good, but I just feel like there's better ways to do it. I don't know. It just seems
I
kind
think
of
the
just, like,
rebirth one will be better.
yeah.
The rebirth one will be good.
It's just kind of
But
like
I
thrown in.
also
It's just there.
I also didn't like how they the prize pool like in the trios. Like I
Everyone
think
gets
first
paid
place, yeah, like top 20 gets paid out, and the first place
out.
gets like I think
Participation medals everywhere.
they get like 30K each or something, or like, it might be less than that. It was like so
Wasn't
stupid.
like
And then the
weighted
solo,
properly, yeah.
yeah, then the
It's not a
solo
World
one is like
Series.
100. Yeah, and then the solo is just 100K for whoever wins. It's like what the fuck? It's like
That's actually a great point. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I was
yeah,
looking at the like rankings there, and how many matches did they even play? They dropped into the game like what, 5 times, 10
five,
times, or
yeah,
something?
five,
So 5,
five,
yeah, okay. I
and then
mean, I
first
I'm
guess
glad
it's
place
that
enough, but
gets like
like,
fuck all.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but I'm glad they have the same issues we do. The player lagged out before the final match. It was
yeah,
like
I saw
Aiden.
that. Aiden was
And
like,
they're just
yeah,
like,
I just
they're like,
laid
no,
out.
we're just going. Keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
you
just
know,
going.
like
That's unlucky.
I think Aiden was one of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Aiden
Like
like in
probably
his
one of the
team or
biggest
something.
Warzone players. So, Jesus.
And
Yeah,
they
he just
just,
like one of his games just got cancelled. Like unlucky, you don't get any points this round.
they're just gone.
It's just bad luck, bro.
Have
Just
fun.
get
You
good,
can
you know?
watch.
There's no refs at all.
Yeah. No, this is where we need like Aiden to turn into Modern Warfare Octane because Octane would have gone rogue about that, no
He
doubt.
would have.
As would Slacked. Slacked was always good for that stuff back in the day as well. Got himself on a fair few thumbnails. Slack's gonna run it back.
I remember that actually.
I mean, this is pretty like I don't know. The World Series of Warzone is always kind of good in the sense that it has some like crossover ability in a way between the scenes, which I always kind of enjoy. But I don't know. Like, should they happen more often? Like, what do you think?
Oh, you
Or is it once a
doing-
year thing? Is that good?
I think the
like in
rebirth one will
middle
be
of the
good.
off- Yeah, they should do it like more, just like smaller like events on like off weekends. Like off weekends in the middle of the season. There's gonna be a bunch, but like I just don't know why they're doing it in the middle of the off season when like no one's. It's not like I don't know. There's nothing like heating up yet. Like if they did it right before the new game comes out, when like everyone's returning and like wants to watch Call of Duty again, it would do much better. But we're in like the fucking dead forest in the middle of the off season where like no one gives a shit about anything. And like everyone's just kind of like detoxing from Call of Duty. You have Valorant, you have everything else going on. It's not even like you have a lot of Warzone stuff going on besides this. So it's like they just picked an interesting date that I just don't think like they know more than I do. So maybe it was a good date. I just thought it was just in the middle of nowhere where like it was kind of doomed from the start. I don't know if you guys agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, how many viewers did it have? It had a lot because everyone was streaming the POV, but I think the mainstream didn't have that much, like a Paris match type thing.
I mean, I think they got lucky that the Warzone and CDL stuff happened right before it, because if it didn't, I think that helped a lot.
That's such a good point. It did like. Would I have even tuned in at all? In fairness, I didn't really tune in much, but like I did at least watch a little bit of it. But they also do it on Twitch, you know. Oh, do you reckon we're gonna get any update on that, or like, what do you think for the CDL side next season? Because
Yeah, who
like,
knows?
Do you remember when
I
they
don't-
announced it? Like originally, like the YouTube, it was like the week before it actually.
oh
Yeah, I remember that because
true.
everyone
So it'd
was
be quite a
asking
while.
me like, "Yo, where's it been streaming?" I'm like, "Bro, I don't. They don't even know." Like, Jesus.
Yeah,
I'm
Frizz
expecting
got
the
a
same
good
thing.
deal back in the day, but I don't think that's gonna happen again. So that's the question, really.
I
Depends
expect
how
the
much
same
money
thing.
YouTube throws at them. Yeah.
I expect to not find out until the season actually like is close to starting. I'm expecting no exclusivity, stream on everything, and I think that's
I would
the
love
best
that.
thing that could happen to the Call of Duty scene.
Same.
Period, because we should be streaming on. Literally, we should be doing the fucking ninja right now, which is streaming on fucking TikTok, Instagram, fucking
Twitter.
Facebook, Twitter. Like
Twitter.
we should have a fucking stream everywhere. I don't give a shit.
They used to stream on Twitter, on CWL.
Yeah. And they should
Yeah,
make it
actually,
like a
that's
little
fun.
bit different for everything. Like on the TikTok. I don't know. Just like they should be streaming on everything. They should be everywhere. The exclusivity is what kind of like hurts us a lot. Like yeah, it like kept the league afloat, but now it's like where we need growth. It's where like you need multiple streams to grow. It's like we've grown a lot on YouTube. People like YouTube. So like we should have that, but also like Twitch is like a massive place where we could grow. TikTok and Instagram streaming is actually pretty big right now, so that's a massive place where you can grow. Like you need multiple places to try to do that, not just one.
Actually a really interesting discussion from like a business perspective, because obviously like they made cash from the YouTube deal, they sell the rights of the stream, like that's how most leagues make their cash. They sell the rights to the like broadcasters, and then they get the cash, and then they can share it with the teams, this type of stuff. Like that's where the money comes from. But Activision, they got enough money coming in. This is the thing with these franchise leagues, is that the publisher just holds all the power. They make the decisions, they do everything, and they get all the cash from the games. It's like poor little franchise is sitting there trying to make ends meet, and Activision just collecting all the cash, and they get the buy-ins. So it's like, if I was the CDL, and I don't know what Daniel's size perspective will be, because obviously like Joanna Fairies or whatever, when she came in, I guess she was there when they closed the YouTube deal or whatever. Maybe it was before she was here, but like, from their perspective, it's like, damn, that's a good deal on the resume. I came in, I closed this big deal with YouTube, I got the rights deals. Like that's what they want to do. And Daniel Say, I'm sure, wants to do a similar thing. He wants to bag like he sold X deal with whatever for the rights. But at the same time, it's like, well, you're right, Austin, that for this league to grow, the plan might be, it's the same thing with like what I'm thinking about right now with some of my content and some of the F1 stuff, and of course what Ninja's doing. It's like, well, if you exist over every platform, you can bring in all these new people, and then you say, hey, I'm now going to be exclusive to YouTube or whatever, and you sign a big deal there, but then a lot of the people that followed you from other platforms, 50% of them will come over with you to where you are now. So it's like, maybe that's the plan with the league, right? Stream everywhere for a couple of years, grow the pure base, and then when we go back to doing like one specific deal with one platform, maybe in the future, then the viewership is significantly raised. So maybe like if I was Daniel Sai, I'd be thinking, okay, maybe I can lock in a big deal, but it probably won't be as big as the deal the first time around. Or I can say, well, look, maybe I'll just try and grow the viewership base, which maybe is actually more impactful in the first place. So, interesting business discussion from the boys, which is
One other thing though is when you don't have exclusivity, you have countless, I'm talking hundreds of influencers within either the parent orgs or within the orgs themselves. Like just think of like just Atlanta. Think of all the FaZe Clan people that would co-stream matches, that would co-stream anything.
Exactly.
You open up, if you stream everywhere, you open up the avenues, because you have people now that are exclusive to YouTube. You have like Courage on LA Thieves that would love to co-stream.
Tim the Tapman and stuff.
You have Tim the Tapman on YouTube. So if you don't have exclusives, like I'm talking just exclusive on Twitch too, you can do in London's owner, Vic Star.
Yeah.
So like you can have like a bunch of people co-streaming on YouTube. You can have a bunch of people co-streaming on Twitch, but also you can have like, you can try to get some of the bigger content creators that are on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook to actually help you grow there too. So, and then you're right, in like 3 years, 2-3 years down the road, if you want to do just exclusive on like Twitch, for instance, then you could try to pull all that together, because you've already like grown for a couple of years. So that's what I'm like I'm hoping for it so bad. I feel like that would be so massive for the scene in the future.
Yeah, I think when I checked during the World Series of Warzone, the Twitch, there were like 250,000 people watching Warzone that day, just from like watch parties and people's POVs and those types of things. So like we definitely need that. Like I as a fan, I would rather that, but I can see the business side they'd rather take a $50 million deal, or whatever. But yeah.
Sorry, Kingdom, I don't quite get your point. I'm trying to read it out. It's not 50% unless your content is ultra exclusive like CDL. Be careful using that with your personal content. Do you know what it means? Am I faded?
50%, I don't even know.
I don't know what the 50% refers to.
No.
Appreciate the insight though. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting conversation. But that, like, to my understanding, like YouTube signed crazy deals with like Overwatch and CDL when they first came around, and like YouTube did not see enough return on those deals, which makes sense because they're paying them like almost hundreds of millions for these few years of rights deals for viewership that isn't exactly crazy. So It's like
160 mil over 3 years.
Is that how much it was? 160 mil.
Yeah. I think that's for both of them, though.
Yeah,
I think it's for both
both.
of them.
But think about that, like if you analyze that over the amount of actual viewers, especially like the Overwatch League, like viewership's not going crazy for that. If you think about like how much YouTube paid per viewer for those streams, like Activision are the ultimate finesses. It's actually absurd the deals they managed, like their marketing team manages to pull off. But I feel like they won't be able to pull it off this time around. So
it was for COD, Overwatch, and Hearthstone.
Yeah, 160 mil for 3-year rights deal. Like that is crazy,
man.
Like,
that's what I mean. Like
I feel like we can get back there if we have enough viewers from other platforms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I think that what they did there was ultra good for the league. Obviously, it kept it afloat for like whatever 3 years now. But now the next best thing is not to do that and actually expand on all platforms. So like they've done people shit on the league, but they've actually done a lot of like good stuff throughout the years. Obviously, they've done a lot of bad stuff, a lot of stuff where they haven't reacted yet. But like they have done a lot of good stuff. That was extremely good for the league. I think if they do no exclusives, is extremely good for the league. I think the rumored schedule. We haven't really talked about that. That one is extremely good for the league because every time we kind of have a season, it stretches into the summer, and I think that's when viewership dies. I think during the summer, especially in like June, everyone's been pent up either in school or just inside from shitty weather. Then you get all this nice weather. People are not going to be wanting to watch league matches or just like shitty tournaments in the middle of the summer. Like that's when people want to have off. So if we do have that rumored schedule where it's mostly in the spring and winter, that's fucking great. That is so good for us. And if we do no like exclusive deals where you have everything, oh my god, it's a really good recipe to have another like explosion of growth in the scene.
We just need a good game, boys. We just need a good game.
Also, happy birthday, Kingdom. I know it was your birthday the other day.
Happy birthday, brother.
Oh, I see what you're saying, Kingdom. Yeah. That's the 50% I mentioned. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that does make sense. I get your point there. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that was an exaggerated number anyway, really. But it's just it's a potential avenue. And hopefully the CDL thinks about it. But I agree, Austin. I think there's some good potential if, as Crone says, the game is any good. Let's talk about that. I'm going to skip out a couple of topics here because it's kind of nothing topics anyway. We've actually had some good discussions. Let's talk Modern Warfare 2. And firstly, the movement about what's going on. Because Shotzzy was talking to this with zoomaa and what the movement's going to be. And we heard the rumors that there was going to be kind of no slide cancelling. But now people are like, well, is that actually going to be happening or is it not? Apparently, slide cancelling is kind of either gone, because Shotzzy reckons you slide, you try and shoot, and it takes you like a long time for your gun to be ready, which is, I like to see that personally. I think it's about time we get a quite dramatic change to the movement system, because it does get stale after a while. Which sounds to me that sliding is going to be more defensive. And then you've got the whole dolphin diving thing, which I would think is also kind of a defensive movement, right? You want to get out the way, or let's say you're running the flag, we might get CTF, or maybe you dive into a gunfight or something. You dive around the corner, lay down. Yeah, definitely a possibility. So I don't mind dolphin, because dolphin diving in theory should never be able to be used, like abused quite so much as slide cancelling is. Like slide cancelling, you can do it every gunfight without fail. You want to challenge a head glitch, you slide cancel the head glitch. Like I don't really see a world in which if someone's on a heady and like I'm diving around the corner, like that's not the optimal way to challenge the gunfight. Even though Shotzzy reckons that might be kind of broken right now, so maybe there's some fixing to be done there. But I don't know. I like the sound of this. I like the idea that they're going to change the movement to some degree. It also creates an interesting question, Austin, as to like which players benefit from this. I don't honestly think it makes a massive difference in which players are good and which players aren't, but in the past, when we've seen major changes to movement, for example, jetpacks back to boots on the ground for World War II, there was a noticeable change in the performances of guys like hecz and JCap and these type of guys. A change like this, I don't think makes a massive difference, but I think it's just good to keep things fresh.
Yeah, I like that to switch up in the movement. And what I've been trying to say too is like people have to remember that the games that the pros did play earlier on in the year, that was an alpha. That was like a super alpha. And there was still a lot of like positivity that came out of it. You can always argue whether that positivity is actually truthful or is it them just being positive. I honestly heard a lot of like great things like not put out on social media. You know what I mean? Like actually behind the scenes. and that was on a super beta. So yeah, there's probably gonna be like buggy movement that they're gonna have to fix, and there's gonna be a lot of stuff they're gonna have to do. But overall, I'm actually pretty excited for it. I think the dolphin dive and the sliding. I think the sliding is gonna be more like how it was in Ghost. I've been watching a lot of Ghost gameplay, and the sliding it's very interesting going back and watching how it was used. And then obviously you have like the dolphin diving, which a lot of people were just using the dive on the points, dive on the certain things. So it also depends on how not broken, but how the dolphin dive mechanic works, because you could have AW dolphin diving, which is when you meleeed at the same time as dove. It would like kick your like elbow out, so when you landed, you could shoot like instantaneously. So like it just depends on how some of the movements is balanced. I just hope it's not really like clanky, like really like boxy. I hope it's still smooth.
Yeah, I've been trying my hardest not to get hyped through the leagues, but I've definitely baited me in the last couple of days, so I am starting to get a little bit hyped. But I've been disappointed personally since like BO4, I think, and even before that I was disappointed like 2 years before that. But I did. I know you mentioned the ghost thing. There was a clip that someone sent me, and Tim literally said that. He said the slide is like ghost, like your gun goes down or something. I didn't play Ghost, but I think your gun goes down, so you can't shoot when you're sliding or something. Maybe
it's also like a really derpy, like slow slide.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
you're sliding
exactly.
into the sand.
Yeah.
It's literally
it's
like
like
sliding in the
how
sand.
you would slide in real life, though. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about realism, but like if I'm gonna slide on the ground, like I'm not accelerating. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna slow me down. Like the ghost slide was like you slid at the speed you were running, and then you actually kind of slowed down a bit as you got to the corner. So I
There
like
was there was another leak I saw, and it was like there was like a new strafe mechanic or something. I watched it, but I can't remember what happened on it. I don't know if you guys saw it. Do you remember?
Exclusive Ace did a video on it as well. Someone commented to say that Exclusive Ace did a video saying that like that is like a feature that you can like kind of somehow jump to the side. Like the video, the guy was running forward and it almost looked like he turned to the right and did like a bunny hop kind of thing.
Yeah.
I bet you
But like
I miss strafing, bro. I feel like we haven't had like good strafing since stock 2.
Here's the slide. It looks like you're going faster when you watch it, like when the person in the top's watching it, but when you're actually doing the slide,
is it on stream?
Yeah, it literally looks like you get stuck in the mud when you slide. Like I just remember people were not using the slide at all. Like
it was only good to get around corners. Like I remember, slide into the portal. Also, like I remember on like Warhawk S&D, you're trying to leg it across the middle and slide into like the gate. Yeah, so like but this is a good slide. Like it's usable, but it's not crazy, you know. And you also can't like slide cancel with it. Yeah, it's just straight up good content here from Omar. So there you go. Yeah, Strike Zone. What a map, baby.
Wait, I'm excited though. I do hope there's a different.
The FPS is like 2 FPS by the way, Omar. So I don't know, like
the different movement abilities out there to learn. I'm getting sick of slide canceling, bro. I've been doing it for what, like 3 years. These old man hands are struggling.
We're back.
I like when you have bunny hops because that's a good way to hop around corners with a different angle. I do hope drop shotting's kind of decent. Because I want it to be good on both like drop shotting around a corner, drop shotting like distant period. Just so like people aren't shooting, because like a lot of times people can just shoot on one level, they don't have to change that level. But when you have drop shotting, you have to either obviously shoot lower. When you have the bunny hopping, you need to be able to shoot higher. So like I just hope there's like different levels to the movement, and obviously different players will be better at different things. So I just like when there's different options, not just everyone's just sliding, because that's the most powerful thing. Like I want people to be like, okay, I prefer bunny hopping, I prefer sliding still, I prefer drop shotting. So like I hope there's just different movement mechanics that people like more, that are all kind of on the same level.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about like having gone back and played some of the older games. Even like World War II was a good example of this, but even Black Ops 2, when like depending on the circumstance, you could either drop shot, you could jump, because like Black Ops 2, for example, the jump shot was really good. Like your body would do some crazy thing where like your leg would go up and you'd like bounce super high in the sky. But drop shotting was also really good in Black Ops 2 in like close range. Like nowadays you don't see that. You just see the slide cancel and just gunning people. Like I don't know. I've enjoyed the way it used to be. So anything that reminds us a little bit of the old times is beneficial, I think. Let's talk the maps here, because we actually have a map overview leaked today. If you can bring this up on stream, Omar, from a map that we believe is called Museum. So we know that there's a Grand Prix map in Marina Bay in Singapore coming soon. This is not that. But yeah, so, okay, I see. So this is the full map design. A lot of people saying, and maybe understandably, this is like there are some raid similarities here. I think not just the circles, but I mean, look, to me, there's 2 clear spawn zones. There's a relatively clearly defined 3 lanes. It's maybe a little bit more chaotic than that. But if you look at each of the lanes, like you can kind of see where the power positions will be. Like there's a center of the map, which I'm sure will have like domination point or a hard point or whatever where that circle thing is, but there's not going to be a lot of cover there. You know, I don't know, I kind of like it. It seems a bit more traditional in a sense. It doesn't look like Grasna Raid is what I'm trying to get at here. There's not 25,000 different windows and angles where I can die from.
Yeah, this map looks good, bro. I like this, and I know a lot of people that even I spoke to said that this map was good. Like when they played the alpha, that this map was real good, like one of the best ones.
Yeah, I got told three out of the 4 were like really, really good in the alpha, and I've heard like good things about how like there's going to be a lot of maps. I know there's been like leaks that there's going to be like 16 maps. I mean, ideally, I think you need like minimum 5 good maps, but like ideally you want like 8 to 9 to 10 good maps, so you can have just maps that are just in hardpoint, or just maps that are just in S&D, or like maps that are just in whatever the third game mode is. I have no fucking clue whether it's gonna be control or whatever. But like, I just hope
BTF
we don't have
in the game apparently.
I just don't want like 3 maps that are in every single mode. So then you can get like a series where it's like gunrunner, Ramaza. Like that used to always piss me off. I just hope there's good variety in the map, so it's not just every map's in every mode, and then you have like one map that's like an S&D only map. You know what I mean?
I mean, I can't get any worse than this year,
Raid, and it's like it's obviously a bit more complicated than Raid, but it shares some similarities. Like there's some circular parts that could make good hard points. Like I don't know. I generally like the look of this one. So like we'll see, right? But I remember I was gassing up Vanguard. I was trying not to gas it up, but like everyone was talking about the 16 maps or whatever that Vanguard was going to have, and I was like, well, damn, we've got to have like 5 good ones. Turns out we got like 1 good one, maybe. Yeah, but like I mean, you're exactly right, Austin. This is why going back and watching like games like Black Ops 3 was so good, because in Black Ops 3 you had, I mean, there was 4 game modes in Black Ops 3, right? But let's think through some of these maps, right? Like you'd have some search and destroy only maps. You've got your Hunted, you've got your Redwood, for example, S&D only, fantastic. You've got maps like Stronghold that are hardpoint search and CTF, but not uplink. You've got Infection, which is uplink and S&D. Like, oh my god, it's just absolutely beautiful, right? And then they've got some maps that do it all, right? Fringe was an example, like Breach was a do it all map as well. So, but you're not going to get a series where it was like, I mean, you can get them where it's like Fringe or whatever. But it's an absolute disaster class what's going on here, Omar. But you know, we're back.
I'm fine if like 1 or 2 maps are in every mode, but I just don't want like 3 or 4 like we've had the last couple of years. It just seems like 4 out of the 5 maps in hardpoint are the same thing in S&D and the same thing in whatever. Like the third game mode is always the same maps that are in hardpoint and S&D. There's like nothing remotely new. Like the only things we ever get is like a Miami that's just S&D. Or like a standoff, which is just S&D. You know what I mean? Like, I just hope it's a little bit of variety. There's like a little bit of variety. If we get like 8 good maps that we can use in different modes, I would fucking love it. But I also want I want the map pool to change a little bit more throughout the season. I think we should be putting in at least 1 new map every stage. To give it a little bit of variety. Like I'm kind of.
This one was so boring this year, bro. We got Berlin added in control, and that was it, right?
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, you just You don't get variety because they don't update them. They don't like in different games, like in like Valorant, for instance, they like completely like revamp some bomb sites. Like Icebox got completely revamped in the middle of the year. You don't get that in Call of Duty. So the maps stay the same, and when we have a year where we basically have the same maps from start to finish, it gets so boring. So like that's why like I loved in Cold War how like they changed the map pool, even though it fucked us like a lot because like our best maps kept getting taken out. Like I just liked how like we had APOC come in, we had Standoff come in, we had Raid come in. There was like a lot of like new maps that came in. And it was just really fun to learn and then be able to watch that.
Their train map as well. I forgot what it was called.
Oh damn, I can't think of the name of that.
I should know it.
Wait, the train map, what, Express? What are we talking about?
Express.
Yeah. Oh no.
He's gone.
Omar just kicked him.
Wait, did they actually just kick him back? There's actually no way. Actually probably did as well. It's actually been the biggest like disaster class of a few minutes that I think I've ever seen in my life. on the broadcast side. But honestly, what I think we do, because we've had a good discussion here, is we just send it to guess the map, and then because then we don't have to be full screen, right, Emma? I think we just go guess the map, because I think we've done Modern Warfare 2. We've got that sussed. Okay, we're actually back now, though. Just in time. Wow, look at that, you see. All Omar had to do was completely kick Austin from the lobby, and then we were good to go. Okay, we're going to do guess the map. Only hint. So this, if you guys...
Can I say it?
Well, it looks like backlot to me. But
it is backlot, isn't
it? I don't know, but looks like the mid building of backlot. But I think we have 5 maps that we're going to try and guess. I think we're frozen again. All good, though. All good. Honestly, it's all good. If they can still hear us, who cares, honestly? It's all about the map anyway. It's not about what's going on the screen.
Our voices.
So if the voices are good, then we're fine. Yeah, Modern Warfare map for sure, he reckons. I mean, this looks too... It looks too backlotty to not be backlot, right?
It's a mid building on backlot because like you go on the awning, and then you jump right around the corner onto the little balcony, and that's how you got up top.
What map is it? What game is this from?
COD 4. Did they bring it back in Modern Warfare? I'm wondering whether they brought it back in Modern Warfare like 2019. Because I don't know, because that guy on the left there, like, he's not a Modern Warfare.
They did.
He's not like a Modern Warfare, like, COD 4 guy, is he? He's not like that character. And also the colors are slightly different.
This is too grainy. This is too grainy. It's got to be, Oh, no, it is the new Modern Warfare. It's got to be, right?
It might be. Yeah, they brought it back, huh? Okay, crazy. Anyway, we can... I was so messing with these cameras, bro. I think we can lock it in. Like, I'm confident this is backlot. I'm pretty big on this.
I don't know what happened. We've never had this issue before, ever.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Discord's just shaking. Okay, we're back now. Maybe if we just stay still a little bit. Yeah, almost gone. Omar's PC's getting quiet, I think. Omar's Discord. Okay, we actually back though. Okay, we're saying only hint base, DLC, or comp map. Okay. Anyway, we're saying backlot.
It's the backlot DLC from Modern Warfare.
I guess it must be DLC Modern Warfare, yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't in the first one.
And it was competitive, okay.
Oh, they didn't use it in comp, though, in Modern Warfare. So it was the DLC.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. Wow.
Actually, I played this.
This bloody Modern Warfare maps, doesn't he?
He loves it. I played this, I think, once.
Oh, you played this one? I didn't even know it was in that game, but this is a good map. It wasn't my favorite map when like doing COD 4 Remastered. Oh, I recognize this. Oh, I think I know it. Do you guys know it?
Isn't this AW? It's Biolab.
That's not a bad. I don't think it's that, but yeah, Turtles is Black Ops 3. Do you know this one, Crane?
No, I probably should. Oh wait, nah. I was gonna say hunted because of the rocks, but I don't know what that thing is.
It is a rock map. Oh, people are not getting it in the chat yet. I think this is. I'm pretty sure.
Epic is the only other rock one.
I'm pretty certain this is Turbine from Black Ops 3, because you have the rocks, and this is the building where you had the turret in the window. So this is you've got the crashed turbine in the middle, and then this is one of the overlook buildings on the left hand side of the map. There's rocks around it. There was a door just where Austin's head is. And then you have this like overlook building to the middle of the map that had the 4 sections.
Holy
and the
shit,
far
you're
left
right.
one was had the turret in. So yeah, Turbo and Black Ops 2, I think, is
I
what
thought you
this
said
is.
BO3, my bad. I thought you said BO3.
Oh yeah, my bad. I said BO3, but it's BO2. I'm faded.
Yeah, he's standing on the turbine right now. That's why it threw me off so much. He's literally standing on the turbine looking at the building, and the bridge is to his left.
Like, yeah, I think he's standing like near the bridge, maybe, or like on.
No, because the bridge
know.
couldn't see this building. He's standing like on the base of the
Yeah,
turbine.
where is he standing?
And he's standing at the base of the turbine, and the bridge is to his left.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And yeah.
Yeah, Havoc is like an interesting. I mean, Havoc was Black Ops 3, and it had some similarities to this actually, but I'm pretty sure this is Black Ops 2 Turbine.
Was this DLC though? I think this was.
This is launched with the game. This is base.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and it wasn't
I don't understand these. I don't understand these hints that you're giving us, Omar. Like, this is a base map, and it wasn't played in competitive. Like, what do you?
I think he's saying if we want a hint, he tells us one of those 3.
Oh, he tells us. Okay. I don't think we need a hint though.
Yeah, this one's base.
I think it's because I remember this was in the multiplayer reveal trailer. They had like they had a dragonfire flying around. They had a guy with a PDW with a target finder on or something like that.
It's all coming back.
And he was on this map and he was looking down at some stuff. Like, yeah, good times. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Turbo and Black Ops 2. It's good prep this Omar, by the way, because that was difficult. That was a difficult one. If I'm right, I might not be right. Because I don't really remember what the rest of this looked like, but yeah. Oh, he's there. Okay, he's on the bridge. Interesting. I forgot the angles there actually.
Holy shit!
I got the angles wrong. I thought, but yeah, that's right.
I didn't think you could see that building from the bridge because there was a hard point.
Yeah, it's a weird angle, right?
Remember?
Yeah, there was a hard point at the bottom there. Yeah. Yeah,
Love
that's a weird angle to look at it from. Yeah, shock charge tripwire, bro. Oh yeah. Oh my god. The people that count with the shock charge tripwires. Okay.
Wait,
I think this is. Oh, what do you think?
Oh, this is GgbreakingPoint.
I was gonna say GgbreakingPoint.
Yeah, I thought GgbreakingPoint off the rip. I thought maybe it looks like.
It's
I don't know where, but it looks like it.
It's coming from hardpoint 1.
The bridge.
Yeah, you come down the ramp.
Yeah, and then that's looking at hardpoint 4.
Yeah, 4.
Like towards
whatever
hardpoint
it is.
4.
Yeah, like where where that like building is. I think that's the case. Yeah, on the beach. Yeah, this is the greatest
thing that can throw me off is
time.
Just like somewhere in jungle. But like I'm like 199%.
But it's the tank though. Like I feel like the tank is too specific. Like there's a few maps like this, but with the rock and the greenery and the tanks, like because there's a few maps like jungle and stuff, but like it's not jungle doesn't have any tanks.
Bro, I've played Vanguard so much that I can tell what map I'm about to play just from the sound of the of what's going on in the loading screen. Like I know if it's Kabuto, I know if it's
actually built different. That is hilarious. How different are the sounds?
I mean, you can kind of tell Berlin between Kabuto is pretty obvious. Like one has rain, one doesn't.
I don't know if it. Oh, okay, I see. Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Wow, Cove. What a map that was. But yeah, this isn't Cove. It's not bright enough.
It's got to be Kabuto, right? Surely.
Yeah, tank broken down.
What's the one in Black Ops 4 that had like it was like half water, half like island?
Contraband.
Contraband? Yeah, there was a bridge in the middle. There was like the big ship.
Was that contraband?
They were scrimming it at the start.
Yeah.
It was contraband, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I forget the name of it now, but yeah.
And they GA'd it because Salium or someone keep going on the water with like a infrared scope or something. People would just keep going in the water, so they like GA'd the map and got taken out of the scrum rotation.
I loved it in pubs. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was really good fun. Just going through the water, going up the ramps and stuff.
Because in the window, and like when you're going across the bridge and you look at the window, like everyone used to fucking.
I actually know this one, but what was it called?
Do
you have any idea what this is?
Nope.
I wonder if people in the chat will get it.
Hot dog. Is this actually a screenshot from the map?
Because my first thought was there was a DLC map in Black Ops 3
BA3? Yeah,
that
bro. This
was
is what I'm thinking too.
literally like it was like a
It was
big
just food.
picnic. Yeah, it was just straight food.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
have no idea what it was called, man.
Nah,
It
I
might
don't
be
remember what it was
Ghost.
called either.
I did see someone just put Strike Zone. There is a hot dog cart in the middle of the map.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
whoa.
well, you're right about that. To be
it
fair,
bright
people
like
have a
this,
good
though?
point about that. He says magma. Damn. I mean, we could ask for the hint here, because if it's base, then maybe it's strike zone. But if it's
Nah, bro. This is it's micro BO3.
you think,
I wouldn't
oh,
be able-
micro, that was it. That was
Yeah.
it. That was it.
I wanted to find out the name, and it literally came up a hot dog. The same hot dog. Yeah, that's the same hot dog.
Yeah, well, let's get the hint. Let's get the hint. Is it DLC or is it base, Omar? Okay, it's DLC, yeah. Damn, that's actually, yeah, because it was like all the players
I don't
were
remember
micro.
this map at all.
Alright, gonna have to look this one up.
Nah, it was like DLC, but like third season or something.
Hot
it was
dog
deep
got me
in the season.
broken up. Yeah, no, it was. I think it was like third DLC or something.
You look it up, and the first thing you see is a bunch of big ass cupcakes.
Yeah, the cupcakes. Like, it actually wasn't the worst map design in the world. I think I saw Scump get like a nuke on it. Maybe it wasn't Scump.
There's a big
don't
burger and fries. I love
Yeah.
all the weird like random COD maps. Like,
Yeah,
do you
they
remember the
used
one
to-
from this year? The one that was like
Exclusivity.
you were it made it look like you were the big person in New York City, and there was like all the buildings were all small.
Oh yeah. The thing is, like, as we do more of these as the years go on, like, I'm not gonna know the names of the new ones. Like,
No.
I can maybe tell you the names of some of these older maps, but like some of the DLC maps. Yeah, look at this. The VMP.
What was the one last year where you were on a small like little island, like little game board, and like you were like normal size, but there was like big soldiers all around you, like watching you play. You guys know what I'm talking about?
I know it. That was such a weird map. Yeah.
And like they would like throw stuff at the map. They were like
It was like a
giants.
sandbox
It was
style
like you
map,
were like
right? You were
yeah,
literally
it
like
was like
in
you were miniature.
sand. Yeah. I actually, yeah, was that Cold War? I remember playing that actually. Oh, I think I know this one, but I don't know if I do know this one.
This was AW. This was AW.
Yeah,
but
my
look
first
me
instantly AW.
What's the
and
one with like the water, the waves that would come in?
I was thinking Parliament, but then I was thinking, but what you're talking about is Defender, the big wave that would come in. But I don't think it looks like. I wanted to say Parliament because I thought it looks like the map where you've got the military vessel, and then you've got. It was an uplink map towards the ends, but I can't understand what this is in the background here. I'm still playing with the cameras. I think you just gotta chalk it, bro. It's just dead. Okay, recovery. Could it be recovery? I think this is for sure advanced warfare. I don't think it's
advanced warfare style colors.
Yeah. The first thing that I thought was Parliament, but I don't actually understand like what that building is we're looking at there. The orange thing. Yeah, people think
Ascent was too dark though, wasn't it? Like rainy.
Yeah, no, this isn't Ascent. But it did have the right colors, like the yellow and the blues and stuff. Maybe IW colors. I mean, you're kind of right about the IW colors, to be fair. But like, what map was this from IW? Like, actually, to be fair, they make a good point. It's a bloody ramp up to like a plane or something, right? We're looking under a plane, no?
Yeah, but you remember on Defender they had like the raised like platform near your spawn.
Yeah, he is looking like
near the
the terminal plane.
Oh,
yeah, that's actually a good point. Maybe like Infinite Warfare Terminal. Because
wait. What's give us the hint. If this is DLC, it's the remake of Terminal. It's DLC.
Yeah,
I'm going remake of Terminal.
Yeah, I think it probably. Damn. Yeah.
What game was it in? Was it an iDub?
I think iDub. Yeah, because it is it could be iDub colors as well. Definitely could be iDub colors. The 4 and 23 map. 123
yeah, I played
was
Terminal on a game. It was DLC. Right? What game was it? Actually, no, I went Google.
Yeah, it could be. It probably is that because like this ramp does remind me a lot, and like that is a plane.
You see the ambulance?
And you can see the thing that carries the plane away. Or like not the food truck or whatever that is on the left.
You see like the ambulance though? That was the ambulance that when you were in the terminal and you look down, they have like the staircase on the side. You convinced me because in terminal it wasn't a plane. Remember, it was
Oh yeah, the space shuttle or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, man. I actually played a lot of Terminal in that game. I don't know why I didn't recognize this. I think the orange thing in the background threw me off.
As soon as you said terminal, it all like came back in like a futuristic
Yeah,
skin there
right.
for me.
No, it is like that. It's the Lewis Hamilton map.
You lock that one and lock it.
I think we go for it. Yeah, Turtle's right. Space shuttle or whatever. I would go for it. I'd like to see what my brain was thinking with Parliament though. Damn, look at this, bro.
Holy shit.
Man. What a beauty.
I don't think I played that map, to be honest.
Yeah, this was a good map, man.
Oh no, if it was
you're
DLC,
seriously
I only played this game for like a month.
Man, good times.
That's a good one. I like that one, Omar. That was fucking hard. I would never have gotten that if you didn't say terminal.
Nah, the chat definitely helped us with that.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, and to be fair, my guess didn't even really make any sense. Let me just look out the map I'm trying to bring up. I'll find a picture for you or something to try and bring up, but no, it didn't really make any sense what I was thinking, to be fair. I thought we were somehow like on this boat looking at the... I don't know what I was thinking. I can't even find the images that remotely resemble what we just saw, so I'm just going to pretend I never said that. But all good. All right, that's going to do it for today, fellas.
That was a good
Thanks
one.
for joining. Yeah, that was really good.
I like those map guesses. That's so hard.
Map guesses are good fun. Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, though, I'm definitely cracked on that. Slightly more recent, maybe not quite so good, but, you know.
I think I could do the recent one. The jetpack era is where I'm not that good. Before the jetpack era, and
good
then
team then, you know. Got different strengths.
Damn, that was fun. I like that.
I mean, it's in Black Ops 1 maps as well, Omar, because I don't even know if I can remember the names of them, but...
WMD.
Yeah.
Havana. Jungle.
Crisis.
Yeah.
There was actually a map called Cracked. in Black Ops 1.
What was the one that had the big street that was like... The street went across the entire map, and then there was like, on both sides of the street, there was lots of buildings.
That was Havana, though. I think it was Havana.
No. Because there was like a bus that was overturned in the middle, and then that would what was that called?
Sure, it's not Havana.
Yeah, I'm 100% sure because I thought it was Cracked for a second, but Cracked is when it's like broken in the middle. No, because Havana was at night. This one was during the day.
Havana wasn't at night. Havana was during the day. You might be thinking of Hanoi.
I know which one. Hanoi?
Hanoi was at night.
No, that was another one too. Maybe it wasn't Black Ops 1. Oh, maybe it was Black Ops 2 because I'm remembering using what was the SMG PDW? That was in Black Ops 2, right? That wasn't Black Ops 1.
Yeah, that was Black Ops 2.
Maps. I'm gonna link it. I'm gonna find it real quick before we end this. I'm gonna find it right now. I think it was Overflow. Overflow.
Oh yes, this is actually a super underrated map. I think this map was so much fun for pubs.
It had the same setup as Havana though, but like with the street going down the middle and everything.
I think this was the first map I like properly choked a nuclear on. I got to like 26 or something when I choked it on this map.
That's the thing too, is like this new COD game.
Yeah, good shot on Overflow.
It like you need to have like good pub maps too, not just only good competitive maps. Like this shit wasn't even a competitive map, but it was so fun.
Yeah, it's actually really true. Like this is one of the first maps I also remember seeing. Like Scump had some really crazy moments on this map. Like he would just drop into ground war, like a 9 versus 9 domination on like maps like Overflow, and would just drop like 150 kills. It's just Ray was a good map. Yeah, there was a bank in Overflow, like kind of deep. So beautiful stuff, honestly.
All right, though. It was a good episode.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, you should bring up my my Black Ops 2 montage called
promo.
A New Era, I think. The opening clip was on Overflow. I don't know if you can actually find that real quick. If you have enough time to find a New Era S&D montage, I don't know if your computer can handle it, but if it can't, it's all good. But yeah, the opening clip of the montage was on Overflow. I had a really good rush route on overflow, search and destroy on, I guess it was offense or something. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Turtle's right. Even the not so good maps in Black Ops 2, because people talking like, I know people used to roast maps like Drone, Black Ops 2. Don't get me wrong, Drone wasn't great, to be honest. But like, I don't know, Drone was better than some of the recent maps we get. And Drone would never have been a like a competitive map, but I don't know, could have been worse. All right, we leave it there, gents, for the day.
Yep.
Thanks for joining. We had a good time. We will be back in due course. I'm sure there'll be more happening in future weeks as well. Yeah, drove a sea for the doors, man. Honestly,
We're the beta
Some of
talk by
the-
next week anyway. At least at the very
actually,
least.
great point. Beta will be live. Are you going to be on the grind crane with the PlayStation?
Yeah. I got a PS5, so I don't have to pull out the G engine PS4. So I'll be playing. I think I'm busy on day one. I got some family things, but I'll be grinding all night. Hopefully, I run into Pred, shoot his body or something.
Yeah, agreed. Good shout. All right, beautiful. We got to go. Thanks all for watching. If you're watching on the podcast platforms, on the audio stuff, leave us a like, 5-star reviews, all that good stuff. Hit the like button on YouTube. Hit the sub. We hit 20k subs as well. Love to see it. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. We'll see you next time.